Hello everyone, good day and welcome back to Art Lounge. My name is Ada. I'm a teacher, a writer, a blogger, and I still like to think that I have other hidden talents. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 ways that may help stop your kids from lying. Now, at some certain stages in life, a child may want to tell lies. This is natural, this is a human thing, and in fact, I think this is one of the ways we explore the options available to us as higher species. But however, when a child continues to lie and wouldn't stop, even over irrelevant issues, it becomes bothersome. And I know no parent would want that for his or her child, which is why I am making this video to help you stop your child from telling lies. Before we go on, please show me some love by hitting the sub button below if you haven't done that. So the first way to stop your kids from lying is not giving them options. Yeah, not giving them options. When you're sure your kid has done something wrong, please do not give the child an option. For example, if you're sure your child has broken a plate or has taken a large chunk out of your food without your permission, do not say things like, "Who did this? Who ate the biscuit? Who ate the chocolate? Who did that? Who broke the plate?" Now, when you do this, you give the child the option of denying, accepting, or even maybe wanting to blame someone else. But when you ask the child, "Why did you do this? It's so wrong to do this," the child doesn't have any option. The child wouldn't even begin to think of who else to blame, but to accept that they have done something wrong. Now, the next way to stop your kids from lying is to model honesty. You may not know this, but kids learn by emulation. They observe us, and when we're no longer watching, they practice the things we've done. They form their habits by observation and emulation. So if you're someone who likes to tell lies to your partner, your spouse, or among friends, then be rest assured that when your kid is with other kids, he or she is going to also do what? Tell lies. Does that make sense? So if you want your kid to speak truth at all times, you must also speak truth at all what? Times. You don't do something else and expect something else from your kids. You have to live and lead by example. The next way to discourage lying in your kid is to identify why your kid has told a lie. Now, basically, kids lie for 3 different reasons: to avoid consequence, to brag, and for fantasy. So identifying why the child has told a lie would help you know what to do at all times. If your child is lying to avoid consequence, then you have to make them understand that consequence is natural. That consequences are things they can't escape. They are natural, and they have to grow up and be bold and brave enough to accept their mistakes. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Nobody's gonna kill you for making a mistake. So you have to be bold and brave enough to accept your own mistakes and faults. And of course, I think this also has an advantage, right? If a child understands that he or she can't escape consequences, he'll begin to live with carefulness. He'll begin to add extra care into the things he or she does. And if I'm not mistaken, I think carefulness is a virtue, and that has to be encouraged. If a child is lying to brag, for example, pretend or claim to own the things they do not own, then it means there is a problem. There could be a problem of low self-esteem or inferiority complex. And as an adult, you have to help this child understand that anyone who puts them under the pressure of pretending to be who they are not or own the things they do not own are not people they should hang out with. And you have to make them understand that whatever life has offered them is good enough. They have to be proud of who they are. They have to pride in what life has given them graciously. And they have to, of course, be around people who make them feel important, who make them feel safe, who make them feel comfortable, no matter who they are or where they come from. If a child is lying to fantasize, for example, say things like, "I told the moon last night," then you have to pay close attention to that. This is because they may be developing their creative skills and ability, and you don't want to interrupt that. But whichever one it is, you have to make them understand that there is a difference between fantasy and reality. They have to understand where fantasy ends and where reality begins. The next thing you have to do is provide consequences. If you're very sure a child is lying, then you have to provide consequences. You can tell the child, If you maintain this lie, I will punish you. You don't have to say what the punishment is. You have to keep the child in suspense, but there has to be punishment. And of course, you don't have to be overly dramatic here or shout and scream and make them fear. Because if you do, they may want to withhold the truth a little longer because they will fear for their own lives. So you have to tell them that they will be punished if they keep on telling lies. And if they keep on telling lies, give them more work to do. More lies, give them more work until they say the truth. And when they tell you the truth, please do not punish them for saying the truth. Don't want to get punished for saying the truth. They should be punished if they keep on telling lies. But when they tell the truth, you should stop the punishment. And lastly, you have to help them build trust. If your kids understand the importance and relevance of trust, they'll begin to aspire towards gaining the trust of people around them. And how do you gain the trust of people around you? Through honesty, right? So help them aspire towards trust, towards gaining people's trust. And when they do, they will want to live very honest, like they won't tell the truth at all times. We've come to the end of this video. I am very pleased to be part of your parenting, and I hope truly that this video would help someone out there. So as usual, if you have anything to say about this video, you can leave that at the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please, what are you waiting for? Hit the sub button and be a part of this community. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.